Rowdy.
They bring the Rowdy up into place. The red flag says, wait, hold on, don't do it. We're not ready to go just yet. Full pull, 325 feet is the distance to beat as they pull up the tension on the chain, and Liege is on its way.
Now the balance is maybe a little nose heavy, Paul.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Just a bit heavy on the nose, maybe a taste down on power, but I'll tell you what, that truck is so pretty. I'd watch it told him if it only went 3 feet.
Still a pretty good run, 290.86 feet for Liege McLean in the Rowdy. Of course, the full pull of Mike Stowe is still the top run here in the Houston Astrodome.
You know, it appeared to be a little bit nose heavy, but suddenly at the far end it leaped forward, and that's kind of a conflict in terms. But he didn't get the weight transfer he needed early on. We're about mid-course. Down here it was almost too late because the box was transferring so rapidly it was about to grind him to a halt anyway.
So much horsepower and yet such a delicate balance. Well, this is our last puller, Richard Wisson. The machine is hot shot. Now, he's the only puller now capable of forcing a pull-off with Mike Stowe. Mike Stowe, of course, has a full pull at 325 feet.
The slack out of the chain. The truck is from Alabama. And this is a last-ditch effort for Richard Wisson. Now, if you could learn from watching the fellow competitors, this man ought to be a professor on this course tonight.
Well, he certainly had an opportunity to see everybody that went before. He knows exactly what lane on the course to set his machine in. He's off. The hot shot is more in the power to it. Front end is flying in a pretty good place. He's looking awfully good on this run. But the front end comes up. Balance changes. And the balance transfers not nearly far enough. 299.4 feet. So Mike Stowe with the full pull picks up the win.
Absolutely. And that's the way a class ought to be. One good full pull. That's just all in all good action around. What a terrific class this is, and you can tell after watching it why it's one of the fans' favorites. Mike Stowe, he's the champ at the TNT Super Nationals. John Heilman, over 312 feet. That should have won it in most cases, but not tonight. Let's go down to the far end with Pat.
A lot of fans around the country have never seen anything like this in the Astrodome, and a lot of pullers around the country who never run here in the Astrodome. It really is special.
Well, it's a heck of a show. It's the best motorsports show the dollar for the spectator can buy. I mean, you can't see this for the price of this admission anywhere in the world.
A little celebrating tonight?
You better believe it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mike Stowe, the winner, two-wheel drive, 6,200-pound class with a 325-foot full pull. Now, who's going to join Mike Stowe's party? The winner of the monster trucks. And who will that be? We're about to find out.
With more interior room and car.
Not only has no one left the Astrodome, the personnel and the snack bars and the souvenir stands have also found a seat for the Monster Truck Final. Anytime Bigfoot is involved, Paul, well, it gets everybody's attention. The truck is just such a legend. It's the foundation of this sport. And look at Andy Brasco. He has got Bennett Clark and Clydesdale off the line, and I have to believe the new suspension on that truck is making it possible for Andy to do things like he just did. Make a smooth, attractive turn.
Oh, but what a turn for Bennett Clark as he's trying to catch the Bigfoot, but not on the last jump. It didn't work for him. Bennett Clark comes in second. The winner, Andy Brass in the Bigfoot.
This may be our most interesting replay in monster truck competition. There you can see how ably Bennett Clark uses the four-wheel steering capability of that Clydesdale truck. Now watch Bigfoot over the far side. Up the jump. He never even touches the cars. Incredible.
I'll tell you what, though, Bennett Clark made that corner like he was driving a Ferrari. Still, that superior suspension of the Bigfoot made the difference here in the Astrodome. Let's go down to Pat Patterson.
Andy, what a great show you two put on in this final at the Astrodome.
Yes, it was. I think it was going to be. It was a good show tonight. You know, like I say, I don't think it come down like a lot of us wanted, but it come down.
Tell me about that last pass. You were wide open from the get-go and came all the way back through the same way.
That's right. You know, I've been dogging a little bit on the first couple passes, and I thought, well, I got down here to the finals, and I made a good corner. Just going to make a nice slow corner, get straightened up, and just hammer on it.
I know you love to win, especially at a place like the Astrodome.
Yes, it does. Just feel good, you know, here with all the Houston fans. I know they're all Ford fans and they're all behind us.
Great night for you.
Thank you.
A masterful drive of a perfectly crafted vehicle as Bigfoot now touches the cars because they parked it there. That's the winner's circle. Bob Chandler, the owner builder of the truck, off to the side. And what a reprieve Bigfoot got tonight, almost disqualified in the second round. Let's go to Pat with second place.
The minute you told us you were going to get him and you came up just a hair short. You guys, what a final here in the Astrodome.
Well, I ran a truck just as hard as it could possibly go. I think he may have a little bit of horsepower on me. I come down, I made the turn just as perfect a turn as I could probably make at that speed. Looking at the video, it looked like I was bouncing off the ground. I couldn't have turned it much harder. I think it went on over.
Now, this is what nights are made of, though, when you can come in, make it to the finals, and put on a good show for the crowd. I know that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. But one of these days, I'm going to get Bigfoot the next time.
All right, gentlemen, you heard it from second place winner.
Bigfoot is like that gunfighter. The new kids on the block all want him. We had a wonderful time tonight in the Astrodome, and so did Andy Brass as he won the monster truck competition, John Powell, the 7,200-pound tractors, and Mike Stowe was the bull in the 6,200-pound two-wheel drive class. For Paul Page and Pat Patterson, I'm Steve Evans saying so long from the Astrodome.
The executive producer for American Sports Cavalcade is Harvey M. Palish. Supervising producer, John B. Mullen. Produced and directed by Mark Kuchin. A promotional consideration provided for and a fee paid by this special offer from Diamond P.
For 7 seasons, Diamond P Sports' award-winning American Sports Cavalcade series on TNN has brought you a wider variety of motorsports than any other, and with more cameras than you normally see. And it's because of the talented people who man these viewfinders. Diamond P has been able to produce an exciting new video entitled, And They Walked Away. Incredible crashes from stock car racing, motocross, IMSA and SEC road racing, NHRA drag racing, Eastern modifieds, even swamp buggies, and more. To get your copy of And They Walked Away, send $24.95 plus $3.50 shipping and handling to the address on your screen. Or better yet, call 1-800-453-9300. Visa and MasterCard accepted, no CODs. Call now, 1-800-453-9300.
The American Sports Cavalcade.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the United States Hot Rod Association Championship Mud Racing and Monster Truck Tour. I'm Brett Kevner, and along with my partner Jerry Devine, this time the action will be coming our way from Riverfront Coliseum in Cincinnati, Ohio. And Jerry, we're down to the last few events now in the 1990 championship season. Just a few weeks ago, we saw a points change in the monster truck race, and that new leader, Taurus, is here tonight.
That's right, and anything can happen. The racing is going to be hot and heavy tonight. They're all out to win, so let's get to the action.
I'll tell you something, the super modified mud racers are looking at one of the quickest and fastest mud pits we've ever seen, so it should be wild. Stay with us. Coming up, monster truck qualifying. Recently took over the points championship lead in the far lane, the Taurus Chevrolet of Jack Willman. Now this will be solo runs for qualifying against the clock.
Well, Ray Perkowski definitely has a disadvantage in this particular night because his truck weighs 20,000 pounds.
Well, Perkowski obviously had problems on that run, Jerry. You could see the machine bog right after it left the starting line. He gets the first shot at the clocks. And the elapsed time for Ray Perkowski and the Evil Force, 5.12 seconds. Now, looking at the replay, you can see 22,000 pounds in the air. That high is a major accomplishment. But right there, I'm almost inclined, Jerry, to believe that his foot may have slipped off the throttle when he landed that hard. Very possible. These drivers really get beat up inside of these machines. And, of course, Perkowski bouncing around a little bit, almost ending up in the mud pit. 48 inches of slime over there. That wouldn't have been too pretty. Now take a look at Jack Willman. This is Taurus, and this is the new breed of monster truck. This is built especially for racing. It weighs about 10,000 pounds. So you can see he's got a almost 10,000 pounds advantage over his Ray Perkowski. Whoa! Definitely not a Jack Willman. Boy, you got that right, and he is dejected. Boy, you can see the look on his face in the cockpit. Very seldom do we see Willman have problems. And remember, this is the truck that just moved into the lead for the World Points Championship a few weeks ago. Straight up wheel stand, comes down sideways. Willman had no idea where he was. He actually had to stop and get his bearings. And then, of course, he realized that he had used up so much time. There was no point in continuing. The elapsed time, a disappointing 5.77 second run. Well, here is Rob Morris. This is Four Wheel Crazy. We saw him first back in Anaheim, way back in our January show. And Rob has been progressing right along in the 1990 season. Definitely is a strong competitor. And moving up in the point series, and of course would like to win here again tonight. Well, certainly Rob Morris was an upset winner in one of his first events ever at that Anaheim, California show, and he's managed to retain a position in the top 10 in the World Championship point standings throughout the season. He's been very consistent, Jerry.